Who needs a Labubu when you can have one of these?
We're almost done, finally.
Today so far is definitely...
Well, Zookies, I just finished Anime Expo last week and somehow I hopped on a flight to get back. And I don't think I'm in the right place. I just went on a plane and somehow I'm here. I don't even know where this is. Like, if you guys know what city I'm in, please let me know, because there's a brown river. And earlier I was looking at it and somehow this carp popped out of the river, and some trainer along the, I think he was a fisherman, I don't know, but he told me that if I put on this hat, I might teleport somewhere and I might finally get to where I want to go. I have no idea. Somehow I ended up on another side quest. So let's put this hat on and see if we teleport somewhere. Maybe I'll know where we are. I don't know. Nope. That is not where I expected to go. Let's try another one. Shrooms. I've never done shrooms before. Okay. Oh, this seems pretty chill. Let's go to somewhere else though. Oh, okay. I think I've been in one of these before though. This looks like a convention center. I think, hold on. PLCC. Pittsburgh. Do you guys see this? Pittsburgh? What are we doing in Pittsburgh? I mean, let me do the teleport thing one more time. Hold on. Oh, we're here at Tekko. Let's see if there's anyone we know here. Nah. Oh, the place where I belong. People in studios. This is me.
Happy to have you back at the booth.
Back?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, how much am I getting paid?
You get paid based off of how much you work today.
Okay. I'm gonna work nothing. It's 12:15. People came flooding through the doors, and we're getting situated at the booth. Flow is slow. Sparsely people walking around. You can kind of see in the back some people maneuvering around the vendor hall. The lighting is not the greatest right now, but luckily Erika always brings lights to her booths. Earlier I found out that Tekko, I thought it was a gaming convention. I grew up hearing about Tekko. I heard people competed in tournaments at Tekko, so I thought it was a huge gaming convention. I was lied to. I was lied to by myself actually, because Lindsay of Single Spoon was telling me that Tekko is actually not a gaming convention, and it used to be a little more fashion based. The fun thing about Tekko is, it kind of sounds like the word Tekken, so you'd think it's like a fighting game anime convention and such. Nope, not what it's for. If you look up Tekko, what it means in Japanese is like iron, armor, steel, and we're in Pittsburgh, the Steel City, home of the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's kind of cool because it's like, oh, Tekko, steel, iron, and Steel City. Yeah, Erika wanted to share some of her thoughts about the contrast between Tekko and our last show.
Last show was Anime Expo. It was very fast-paced, very like go, go, go from the start. And so it's kind of nice to just be able to like sit down. It'll probably pick up throughout the day. It is Friday, so I don't have too high of an expectation. I think that it should pick up later in the day.
Yeah, you never really know. It's the first day. It just started, so it's kind of hard to judge it on that. But what's nice is they show the hours and convention show hours and everything on the back of the badge. Shout out to Tekko for that, because not every convention shows you the hours and such. Nice little detail. Also, I switched my headband. I was wearing the magic carp to represent me being an intern here at Peekling Studios, but I also got the Mokana headband on because it's super cute, so I always have to represent.
That one's way cuter.
Yeah, but this one's funny. It gets comments.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
gets comments that are like, oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
This gets comments where people are weird and they're like, okay, not that they're weird, but they're like, magic carp.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, what do I say to that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
I'm wearing this and someone's like, magic carp. And I'm like, yes.
They're both are cute in their own way.
Yeah. They are. When I wear this headband, people are like, oh, that's so cute. And I can actually respond back with like, oh, thank you. Because this is usually not a compliment. It's just more like a remark. So if I'm fishing for compliments, this is not the one to wear. Well, Erika's down there somewhere. You don't really get a lot of opportunities to have a higher viewpoint of what a con center looks like, so this is really cool. But anyway, as she's selling down there, we're gonna walk around the convention center a little bit, because usually I'm stuck in the artist alley, and since I have the time, I might as well show you guys what's at Tekko here. I've discovered the ultimate way to hold my mic up. So behind me there is the vendor hall. I'm about to escape. We're about to enter the Zen zone. I'm in this like beanbag thing. I like it. Ain't no way. There's literally a room dedicated to watching anime at an anime convention center. With like, there's gotta be like 100 chairs. The view's kind of nice though. Let me show you guys. Oh wait, wrong way. Like, look at that. We made it outdoors. There's no way any karps are living in that water. No chance. A lot of people have great cosplays out here actually. They always have one of these at cons, these foam sword fights. Maybe I'll do that one day. don't have the itch to do it right now. All right, I just walked past some stairs. We're on the 3rd floor now. There's a band playing back there. I think that's the stage Uzume. Looks like they have something called Tekko Formal. You have to wear a mask before going inside the Tekko Formal. Yeah, I should wear a mask more because people can't tell if I'm talking. What it kind of looks like inside.
Color red protein is a way to scare away.
That's wild. I just attended a whole class on the other side. They're talking about Japanese culture, the animation studios, and a whole bunch of other interesting stuff, but I couldn't stay there for long, so I had to leave class early. Cosplay exhibit. Nurse Joy. Oh, thank you, thank you. We should acquire a ribbon just for visiting this area. This is that gaming side. All these tables down here. Everyone's playing games. Now, I thought it was a gaming convention, so it's kind of not as crazy over there, but we're gonna check it out anyway. It doesn't smell in here. The rest of the convention's fun, but I feel like maybe it's because it's Friday and it's only the first day. Back in the exhibit hall I go. I'm about to go back to Erika's booth. I'm tired of wearing this hat. It holds the mic well though. Yeah, I'm going in. And you'd like to pay in cash though? I don't know your prices. Guys, I might be cooked. This might be the only times I'm being put to work. I gotta lock in real quick. And you can go ahead and tap here, and whenever you're ready, let me go ahead and package these for you, alright? Start panicking because I didn't know where to find anything on her phone. I was like scrolling through. She's super organized, by the way, but I just don't know the system. I never really worked here before at the Peakland booth. I didn't expect to start interning so quickly, but she is really organized, so it actually makes it easier. It's just the naming conventions, you know, like they're getting the wallet. I'm gonna scroll to W, wallet's not there, scroll up, see it in card wallet. I'm like, oh, okay. But it's in alphabetical order, so it's easy to find. She has a lot of items, a lot of different types of products, so it's kind of like, you know. But I think she let me handle it because it's a little more chill right now compared to earlier. Yeah, Erika's back at the booth now. You know, like when you're a kid and your parent leaves you and you're at the line in the grocery store and you're waiting for them to come back? I was like feeling the stress. It was getting to me, but you know, I haven't felt that feeling in a while. So it was kind of nice to feel like I had a little pressure, you know, a little fire underneath my butt. And then yeah, finally mother came back to the booth. It got a little dicey out there. I don't feel too hungry. I haven't checked out the food much. I don't think there's any like food trucks. Would not buy any food here. Looks like just a couple food stands inside the con center. Probably overpriced, just saying objectively. Also, surprisingly, there are a good amount of people with ribbons at this convention, as you saw. I went upstairs, I came back down with 2 ribbons. So I think ribbons here at Tekko are starting to become a thing. Erika brought her ribbons. Some people are trading ribbons. But we got bread for a meal. I'm being sponsored for the 1 sale I made. 2 sales I made. Thank you. Uploaded 2 AX videos last 2 weeks. And it's crazy because both of those videos now are sitting around the same amount of views. They're doing pretty good. Definitely way higher than my normal videos. Really happy about that, but obviously it's because of the Anime Expo name, so you know I can't farm that every time, but since I went to AX I had to farm it twice, right? I'm at AX, I gotta do it. Because it's reaching out to some more people, the video's not only in the artist alley space anymore. I've gotten a couple weird comments, a couple hate comments too. Not a fan of that, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, enough about hate comments. We're gonna make reading hate comments video one day, probably, when we've accumulated enough of them. Leave a hate comment so that we can respond to you. I'm just kidding, I'm kidding.
Do not.
It's about like 20 minutes until the end of day 1 of Tekko.
Yes, I know. That was,
yeah.
I mean, that went by pretty quick, honestly.
It's your first time at Tekko, so I'd like to hear some of your thoughts so far.
I mean, it's been great. No complaints for me. They even had, a staff even came around and handed out water bottles, which I think was really nice. There's actually a ton of space. Like you can see, there's a ton of space behind us. So
much.
I can breathe. Artist Alley is not overcrowded. I think it's the perfect amount of artists for the number of attendees that they have, and everyone has just been really, really sweet. I do like interacting with customers. Yeah, I think it's fun. Even if they don't buy anything, it's always nice to just chat a little bit. Yeah.
What do you think of the crowd here in Pennsylvania?
Great. Everyone's been really nice.
Yo,
ribbons.
I think she's rich.
So it is becoming a ribbon con. So bring your ribbons. People are down to trade. People will buy and hit a minimum to get a ribbon from your booth.
You put 2 ribbons on your badge?
One of them, I believe, is a Stardew Valley, like all the little apples dancing. And then this one just says, I'm starting to feel exhausted, which is my perpetual mood. So there's like 3 long rows of Artist Alley. So 1 closest to entrance, 1 in the middle, 1 further away. And so I'm in the 1 closest. It spans the entire width of the convention hall. Mm-hmm. But like I said, like Artist Alley isn't massive. I think there's maybe a little bit over 100 artists. I would call this mid-sized.
It is a little later start to the day. It's actually about to be noon. We're back at Tekko, day 2. We are here once again with Erica. Reading? Are you reading something?
So I traded with my friend Haley. Her art name is Haley Mortensen. I think you'll find her under there. And she came out with a little zine. And so I'm just reading through the zine. She illustrated it. Her friend Bryn wrote it. She does a lot of incredible like original art and characters. So please go support her. My husband is from San Francisco, and so that reminded me of it with a bunch of other cute little kind of like critters and stuff.
It just started today, so people are trickling in. It hasn't hit noon quite just yet. It did start earlier today at 11 a.m. instead of 12 p.m. yesterday. But the hours end at the same time. We get out of here at 7 p.m. In the little skywalk up above yesterday, we were able to see a lot more people walking around. It's a little more sparse today. It's not sure why there's less people on Saturday. I'm used to there being tons of people on Saturday, but maybe it's one of those days where Tekko is just busier on the first day. I'm not exactly sure yet. Let's get some of Erica's opinions on today so far.
Today so far is definitely, it feels slower than yesterday, but it's only like the first hour. So I think yesterday's first hour was also a little bit kind of slow. So I think people are just trickling in. Hopefully we'll get kind of the same crowds that we did yesterday, because that would be great. If not, it is what it is. So.
Do you also have a reference of what your best sellers were yesterday?
So I did sell a lot of sticky notes, mostly like smaller items. So like stickers and less than $10 items sold pretty well, but people did buy like multiple of them. 5 stickers, 2 sticky notes, a lot of like badges, like pins and stuff, like buttons.
It adds up.
Yeah, it adds up. Comparing it to the average kind of sale per person, like all my other conventions, and it averaged out pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it not like big ticket item selling, but multiple smaller items.
And normally your best seller, compared to AX, it's the Dragon Mail tote bag.
Yeah.
And that did really well there. A lot more people willing to purchase the higher ticket items there, but yeah, you said only 4 sold yesterday.
Yeah, I do think people save up all year for AX. Like people drop a lot of money there, but I know they recently here in Pittsburgh had Anthrocon. I'll have to double check.
True, yeah.
So maybe there's just like people are saving money for multiple events. So it's like spread a little bit more
Spread
thin.
between the two.
Yeah.
That's a good observation.
Yeah.
I'll let you get to some of the
Yes.
customers. Thank you.
Hello. Welcome to the booth. I did want to like update it to something a little bit more cohesive, because right now it's basically just like wood panels, cozy, has grass, but I want people to like come by and be like, oh, like, I'm transported somewhere. So I wanted to make the theme of my booth more like a treehouse. Yeah.
I think I got everything. I'm about to pull up on the Picolin booth. Interning is beginning right now. We got one of these totes and the mystery bag. The lights went out. We're using my charger because Erica's was running low. So hopefully this has enough juice. And we have 65% left. So hopefully that is enough. Let's find out. Did it come back on? Yes, it did. Awesome. Erica's actually on a side quest to go grab this kiwi plush. Bird, not fruit. But she did come back earlier, do a whole bunch of sales. I was just editing in the back, and now I am stationed back at the front once more. Erica's returned. Kiwi has been acquired.
I have too many plushies, but the collection must grow.
To the collection.
Neighbor gave me a hat, and so I clipped it on.
What the heady?
Who needs a Labubu when you can have one of these? A little after 3.
Almost 4 hours left until we
I know.
Feels like we've been in here for a hot minute.
Yeah, it definitely feels like time is going by a little slower. I think sales are also a little bit slower. I honestly don't know how the badges work, because everyone seems to have the same badge. It doesn't say like one day or Saturday or... So I don't know if this is like a 3-day event for everyone. Like you pay for one ticket and you can attend all 3 days. I didn't really look into it, but it definitely felt like a lot of people did their shopping yesterday. For me at least.
If that's the case,
Yeah.
And then I think the people were super excited yesterday to shop because they had that, you know, prelude on Thursday where they were watching the vendors set up and they're eagerly awaiting to make some purchases. And like we mentioned before, it's a 4-day con for the attendees, 3 days for the vendors, and that incentivizes people to be really excited on Friday. A lot of people did come by for purchases yesterday. They're chilling out on the shopping. Maybe some of the people who didn't visit the exhibit hall yesterday are coming by.
All right, there you go. Thank you. And this one as well.
The same one, but the print.
Yes. All right. Anything else I can get for you? Alrighty. Total comes out to $46.01 after tax, and then you can tap right here when you're ready. Perfect. Thank you. Have a good one.
Can I have a duck penny?
Yes. Which one?
The M1.
M1. Yes.
Yeah, can I do the gotcha?
The gotcha edit? Yeah. You can get both. I'll give you both of them.
Are you sure?
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you so
much. Of course. Have a good one. Okay. Yeah. Did you say you wanted a bag? Yes. Okay. Perfect. Yes. No problem. Yes, I got it just down that way. He's in a little plushy bin, so yeah. Have a good one. The dog.
I miss my dog.
The hair cross shaker? Yeah. Perfect. All right. 36.38. You can tap right here when you're ready. All right. There you go. Thank you so much. You too. We're almost done. Finally. Today felt so long.
We are back, and it is the last
We're so
20
back.
minutes. I did a quick Google search. Tekko tickets are all the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
I asked an attendee, and he was like, yes, it's a 3-day con. Maybe everyone will be buying their stuff tomorrow. Yeah, because I'm checking numbers, and I think I did around the same as yesterday.
Okay, so today and yesterday are matching.
Pretty much flat, like it's the same, which is not bad considering yesterday I thought was really good. So I think just your typical like understanding of the bell curve of like how cons typically go is like Saturdays are usually the best day. So I mean, I personally would be pretty happy if all 3 days made the same amount of money, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
I hadn't had a lot of time today to go around and record things or record interactions with people or much of conversation between Erika and I. So please forgive the vlog for being a little lackluster in that aspect. Just kind of taking like a little mental break because there's been a lot going on and I kind of wanted to do like crazy things with coming on this trip to Pennsylvania, but obviously that can't be achieved every single time. I was super ambitious after Anime Expo, but I still hope that this is like a digestible, fun vlog to watch. I tried to capture a lot of the experience here at Tekko. There's a whole bunch of B-roll I gathered from around the con center, so please enjoy clips of that throughout this video, and also some interactions with customers that Erika has had. I've tried to get some shots that I normally would never be able to get, you know, being someone who is behind the table. I don't have my friends record me interacting with customers from that perspective. Usually, you know, interactions, the camera's behind the booth, right up on your face, you know, but with this vlog, I was able to capture some more of a few of those with Erika.
You know, when there's like a rush of people, you kind of just lock in and you just don't really pay attention to anything else other than like, what does the customer want? What to get them? How to pack everything? And then, yeah, so I'm curious too.
Yeah. I also wanted to briefly discuss how well organized Erika is in the back here. Like, it's inspired me to be a little more organized at my own booth. In the past, I've stopped by Erika's booth, and then if she needed to use the restroom, I've conducted maybe 1 or 2 sales, and I've kind of tried to figure out how some of the things are arranged in the back. She's like one of the most organized people I know in terms of
That's
just
wild to hear. I feel like I'm so disorganized back here. I will say this is my best organized setup so far because of these like little hanging calendar things. These really, really help if you have a ton of like small products that you need to quickly grab. Yeah.
You can get them on Amazon. They're super useful. You can hang them with a hook between your grid displays, and you can grab a couple items from there. The only caveat is, you know, sometimes you have to take them down, it might be a little difficult to have to do that at the end of the day. I mean, this one you can just take it off the hooks and roll it up maybe, but if it's too much, you can always grab like a cover on the back. Most of the time people only cover the front of their booth, but in case you are a little concerned about, you know, someone maybe taking a look at some of the things or someone else stealing from you in the back, you can cover the back as well. Maybe take a drape, clip it up. Especially because with this con, like, look at how much space is in the back. It might make you feel a little concerned compared to some conventions where everyone's like packed like sardines in the back. You're right up on each other. The chairs, if you scoot like 2 feet back, you'll knock the other person over. If we didn't already mention, the tables are like spaced apart. Some conventions, the tables are right next to each other. Not this one. If you're able to bring a second drape, if you're able to pack that, cover up the back as well. Erika has 2, one in the front that says see you tomorrow, and the other one in the back just to cover some of the items in these cubes for storage space in the back here. We got the chargers on this side, powering the light system, and then literally everything else is merch. So from this side all the way to the other side, they're just bins and boxes with ribbons, with wallets, with keychains, with sticky notes, with pins, with everything else that you can find, prints as well. One nice thing they do have at this table, you know, if your tablecloth isn't fitted and can cover everything, if you look on the bottom here, it is slightly covered, and then there is an opening for your feet if you need to sit close to your table. But the con is about to end. There's only like 10 minutes left, so we are gonna start packing out soon. We'll get a couple more thoughts from Erika in a second here, but wanted to just update you guys on day 2, and at the end of the day, like, give you guys a little more of a general overview of how Tekko is going. The con center is big, but there's not enough attendees to fill out the entire con center. Most people tend to be on the 2nd and 3rd floors. What I do find nice is there's a whole bunch of empty pockets because of that, where people can chill, they can sit, they can walk outside, even though it's super humid out there. Nice spots on the patio to kind of take a little breather and get a view of the city, and also just to take a breath of fresh air and take a break from everyone else, you know? You can see, look how packed the con center is, you know, during show hours. There's tons of people walking around. Yesterday, you were saying that if today was as good as yesterday, you'd be pretty satisfied.
Yeah.
And so it is, right?
Yeah, I'm very satisfied with what I've made so far. I mean, tomorrow's gonna be like a half day, so
Half day.
like
Half the sales.
maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had some like short events do really, really well too. So I'm like, maybe. But honestly, even if the event ended like right here, I'd be pretty happy. So yeah.
It's like a whole bunch of half days because it's like, oh, they have their preview night on Thursday.
Yeah.
2 full days, and then tomorrow's a half day. So it's like,
Yeah. I think in terms of being like an attendee, that seems like much more manageable than your typical like 3-day convention, because it's just less stressful than your typical 3-day con, because they're trying to jam pack everything into those days. And I think badge pickup is on that day too. So having like a half day on day 1 where people pick up badges, they might have like some events going on, and then have artists and vendors come in on day 2 for attendees, like the 2nd day, and doing a 3-day show, I think is pretty cool. I've never done a show like that before, and I think it's pretty nice. Yeah.
Something I wanted to mention that I didn't expect, I don't think I talked about this yet, but helper badges cost money.
Yes.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Most cons give you, you know, your artist badge, and then they give you a second helper badge for free, and if you want to buy a 3rd one, you can.
Yes.
That was surprising to me to hear.
The table for Tekko actually isn't on the high end. I think it's on the lower end. So it's like $250, I think, for the table. And then after event need, taxes, fees, and stuff, it's like $260, something like that. And then a helper badge is another $60. So added together, it's pretty similar to like all the other convention. Worth it is subjective, but it's reasonable, I think, for a 3-day show. I don't think that this show requires you to have a helper if you're kind of like, I'm like in between wanting to just do it by myself or having a person there with me. If you don't need another person, you don't have to have another person. Even though some other cons might charge you a little bit more, but they'll give you 2 badges, it's like you're already paying for it. It's not complimentary.
I see. Your badges are probably included in the $400 table fee for most cons.
It for sure is. And I think my tinfoil hat theory is that...
What does that mean?
So it's like kind of speculation. I'm just speculating. This is not true at all, and I can't substantiate it with any evidence at all. But my tinfoil hat theory is that they will charge you more and say that you get a complimentary badge, even though a lot of people don't need that badge. So it feels like you're getting more, but you're not going to use it anyways. I would rather pay, like at Tekko, a $250 table and not get a complimentary badge and just purchase a separate badge if I need it. Because people who need a helper badge will buy it anyways, right? But like people who don't need it, if you purchase a table that comes with 2 badges, you don't have an option to say, I don't want one, can I get a discount? Some cons are just giving you 2 badges because it sweetens the deal for some people, but for people like me who do solo conventions often, it's unnecessary to have the second badge. So there are conventions out there too where you have to purchase your artist badge separately from your table.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So I think Anime Boston was like this. So
really?
You purchase the table and then you purchase a separate membership.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So it's not even included in your table cost.
Do you remember the breakdown for that?
I think it was like $300 or $400 for the table and then $100 for the membership badge. Kind of pricey, but Anime Boston is obviously worth that price anyways. And I can see why they justify it. I think it's interesting how like every event is run a little bit differently. I wish I understood why. At the end of the day, it's up to you to decide if that's worth it for you with everything included or whatever, or if it's not.
Thank you for your insights on that.
Of course.
We will be packing out now, so we're gonna show a little bit of that.
I think earlier Henry was talking about like covering up the front and back. I do cover up the back because my stock is here. I use one of these. I actually bring this because when I solo and I need to like run to the bathroom, I close up the front of my shop with something like this where it's kind of see-through-ish, but people can't just like steal something. So they can still look at my booth, they just can't buy anything or take from it. It's just a precautionary thing to not make it super easy for someone just to like yoink something from my booth. This is used to close up the back. My other banner, and then this just closes the front. I usually just put things up on the top here. Wait, my kiwi. I need to take him with me. This I will put under the table as well. And I put it up just because like my banner wraps around at least the top part of the table. And it would be pretty obvious if someone tried to like steal from that. Put it up here, and then put it up here. And then some smaller clips. Yeah, so if someone tries to like lift up, they won't be able to like access the stuff easily, if that makes sense. All right, and my kiwi boy. Important. All right, yeah, and that's it. That's how I close up my booth. I will also then put the chairs up against the table. Yeah, like that. And it just blocks more things out of sight. Yes, badges I take off when I leave because sometimes when you're still here, they'll be like, hey, you're not supposed to be in here. Where's your badge? And I'm like, I just put it away, I swear. I just keep it on until we leave the con center. All right, perfect. There we go. And then, yeah, that's how you close up a booth, I guess.
Why we do not get a trash can fascinates me because we have so much trash. But I guess you can always like walk away to throw your trash away. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of day 2 here. We're gonna go grab dinner, so enjoy some of these shots of the food that we are getting at the amazing restaurant that you guys put a reservation on.
Yeah, it's a Thai place. We're gonna actually hang out with Heyo Jojo, who is another amazing artist. Yeah, so getting some Thai food now.
Recycle. Shout out to Heyo Jojo, who's going to be my table neighbor at SAC Anime as well, along with Mokena. So subscribe and stay tuned for whenever that vlog comes out in late August. Or I guess it would be September because SAC Anime takes place in late August. Anyway, there's a lot of people, so see you guys at the dinner. Bye!
It's day 3.
It is.
Yeah.
The final day.
Yes.
And it's only 4 hours. I was just going to get a time lapse earlier.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Of the doors opening. It's funny because they have like 4 doors, so there's 4 staff members, and they're all like, on the count of 3, push, and then they all push the doors open, and all the people start
that's
coming in. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. I ordered more packaging because I'm notorious for forgetting my packaging. So they came in yesterday. No one stole it off of the porch, so that's awesome.
Wait, you use cellophane bags?
I do use solid bags, yes. Usually I do. I would like to do paper, but the thing is that you can't see through the paper. So a lot of sales come from people like seeing other people have it, and they'll be like, "Where'd you get it?" And the only way they can do that is if it's through a clear bag.
That is a good point. I didn't realize that.
If you want to be a little bit more like environmentally friendly, I guess, something more reusable, I like to use these organza bags as well, and then people can still see through it, and it feels a little bit more premium. I do also have this in a smaller size so that like my pins that come in the manufacturing packaging, I don't want to open it and then repackage it with more plastic. So I just use this, but then put it in those bags. So it still is nice, presentable packaging. If they want to give it as a gift or something, they can still do that, but it kind of puts a little bit less plastic. Because something like this, I like reusing for my stuff too, organizing cables and whatnot, so it's better than just straight up cellophane plastic if you don't want to use that.
Definitely seems a little slower today since it is the final day and everyone has done their shopping. Maybe they'll come by at the very end, but obviously the beginning, the first 15 minutes are always going to be a little slow. But
yeah, and when we came in today, there was a flea market set up in the first floor, so I think a lot of people are trying to check that out first. I think it's just today. I could be wrong about that, but if it's just today and there's a flea market, people are probably browsing there first before coming back up here, because we've been here since day one, so everyone's probably taken their once around and made their notes. If they want to come back, they'll come back. If not, then that's that. So
I don't know if this is a controversial topic on the topic of packaging and eco-friendly. Do you think it's unavoidable as a small business, specifically in the artist alley scene?
To some extent, yes, you're going to have waste, but I think we can always try to do our part. And at the end of the day, we are small businesses. The amount of waste that we create is not going to add up to the actual problems that happen with very, very large companies. Yeah. That being said, I think we should still all do our part if you're able to, reusing packaging that your merch comes with already. I used to do really fancy packaging for the coin purses, but I decided to stop doing that. Number one, it's very time consuming to repackage everything, but also number two, it's just a waste of a lot of material. It does make it look cute. If it's an online order, I'll do it, because sometimes people are buying for their friends online, or if someone specifically requests it to bring it to a convention, then I'll package it for them that way. But it's just it creates a lot more waste than is necessary. So
have you noticed a dip because of the lack of packaging now?
No,
people
not
love
really.
The product for what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's super cool. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
1 second.
Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah. Are you a fan of grass types? Yeah. And is it going to be cash or card today? Perfect. Oh my goodness. Sure, yeah, let me grab that for you. So we have the 5 stickers, the mini print, a sticky note. After tax, it comes out to $33.17. You can tap right here when you're ready. Is this your drink? No? No? Anyone? Okay. Well.
Let's see how many sales I can get done while Erica uses the restroom. Will it be 1 or 3 or 0? We'll find out. If I don't accomplish 1 sale in the next couple minutes, my internship is over. No crowds like there were the other days. Might be a no sale type of internship right now. One of my favorite of her merch. The Moo Moo Milk. No sales. She came back. Erica's speedy bathroom user. Just the stickers for you today? Awesome. And then did you want to pay in cash or card?
My wife.
Cash? Okay. Your total's going to be $20 then? Awesome. And your stickers are going to go inside this baggie with the business card here as well. And you should be all set after that. Thank you. Okay. I feel accomplished. We knocked out my dailies. And I'm clocking out. I'm back. Yeah, totally. Let me go ahead and grab you a new one from the back here. And just a duck wallet.
Yes, please.
Got you. Give me just a sec as I find that for you. So just a card wallet, a little bit of sales tax, going to be $21.40. Go ahead and tap there. If you didn't need a bag, this is all it is. Yeah. Thank you so much for supporting. We made a sale. Let's go. Amazing. We just finished.
We're done.
They're announcing next year's dates for Tekko right now.
Yes. Earlier they were saying exhibitors can rebook, but they were like, if you want to rebook your booth, come and pay for your booth now, except artists.
We lost.
Yeah, so unfortunately they do a jury process every year. I think it's just jury, and then they'll pick from the applicants. I don't think it's lottery. Some artists who were here last year mentioned that there was definitely a lot of new artists this year. So I think they're trying to cycle through and make sure everything's fresh.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I do think that's nice, especially for attendees. And even like as artists ourselves, I feel like if we keep coming back to the same events over and over and over again without having new merch, like it might affect sales, honestly, because it's like if you don't have anything new to buy, people might not be inclined to purchase something from your booth that
100%,
year, right?
yeah.
Or maybe that's like copium for me if I don't get into an event. But silver lining is that at least you'll have more time to kind of focus more on your products and like introducing new things or upping your display or whatever.
We are doing the teardown. We're going to talk a little bit about the teardown process for Erica, packing up the suitcases, getting ready for the flight back, obviously with a lot less weight.
I always bring a luggage scale with me. Usually I need it when I first get to the airport to weigh all my stuff so it's not overweight. Honestly, I don't have a system when I tear down. I just kind of work slowly and try to like take everything out, and then afterwards I'll work on the front, take everything down there, and then take the structure down so I can disassemble that. I think what's cool about these utensil cases is that, see, once you have like a lot less stock, you can kind of consolidate things together. This is all I have left, and I'm just gonna move them in here. So now that that's all put away, this can just collapse. I just take this out, and then it just folds up. So it's just like a lot less room. My prints, I just put in like, this is my Akotar bookcase. I just repurposed it because it's really sturdy and like my prints won't bend or anything in here. And then I just wrap it up with a bag. Yeah, at this point it's kind of just figuring out what fits in boxes. Like this one, put a box in here to keep all my prints upright. I try keeping things like relatively modular, I guess. So like very, very square things. So Tetrising is really easy. Like, honestly, I just keep everything in the manufacturing packaging now. It just makes it easier. A lot of times people have questions like, oh, how do you transport prints and stuff? Honestly, if you can keep the packaging that it came in, that it shipped in, that's usually your best bet to keep everything like nice and safe. But if you can't, I would just find like another box that you have at home that pretty much matches up with the size of your prints and use that. How to pack pins. I use this, and they're just all like the pin backs face each other, and then they go inside like that. And you can fit quite a few in here. They're pretty useful. They just go directly on the table, but because like the pins are so heavy, I don't want them hanging on the back of my display. So hanging on the table is the best. And then at the end, I just take these out. They fold down flat, and then for my pins, I just roll them up. The ones on top I put in like little bags so they cinch up. Looking in the front of my booth better, there's more space. If people want to do this, I recommend it, but then I also recommend putting like a layer of bubble wrap on the top so that they don't like come bursting out when they're in transit. TSA is gonna throw your luggage around.
I've been assigned the task of breaking down the acrylic display stands. Since there's a smaller one, I'm putting this inside like this, so then it's like within space.
Can I send you on a trash run? I'm just gonna put this stuff in the front, and then we can bring this down. All right, just grab the top and the bottom and then lift. Okay.
Boom.
Perfect.
Nice. I'm gonna take off the tape and put the lights together.
Yep. The lights are gonna go in here.
We're gonna take down some of the display, but we're also trying to pack the suitcases. I brought my own hammer, and it didn't get taken and confiscated by TSA on the way here, but I'm kind of scared when we check into this flight on the way back, they might take it. So we're gonna put it inside the checked luggages. That way they cannot confiscate it. These are valuable to me. This is how Erica is fitting these sock divider boxes into the suitcase. They're super snug.
Yeah, they just slide in. You can even like stand it up, you know, and it won't like fall out or anything.
Check that out. It looks like a little fridge.
Yeah. See, this is why I like front open suitcases, because the half suitcases are so heavy and they're really hard to like pack and put together. So I like when you can open it from the front. And this is like a hybrid, like hard shell, but like soft front cover. But yeah, see, we came full, like completely full of merch, and then now it's kind of just like half empty, so I can put other stuff in.
Erica's rearranging stuff in the suitcases. We're just tearing these things down. Nothing I'm not used to.
So much bubble wrap. This suitcase also opens up like that. Everything just goes in there. But yeah, I put this all in my carry-on because it's so heavy. I would rather have my checked luggage store all of my like merch so I can fit more stuff in there. That's like all the grid cubes. That's kind of crazy.
That's so surprising.
Right? And then the connectors, I put them in bubble wrap because I don't want them to rip the bag and then kind of rip everything else, and then they just kind of sit on top right here. And then all my like tablecloths, banners and stuff, I'll fold up and put in my carry-on as well, so it's kind of like cushion. I used to be hella extra and bring like a base tablecloth, like a dark green tablecloth, and then this as well, and it's just too heavy, takes up too much space. This does the job perfectly fine. One like 8-foot tablecloth. I travel with suitcases no matter what, because I've had like situations where I just need to like, the elevator lines are so long, you have to wait 45 minutes to use the elevator, and I can just lift these up the stairs or go on the escalator. I think I might actually end up having to use that suitcase. It's empty right now, but I might need it. I know some suitcases come with like a ton of organization, but I like it when it's just a bucket. Might need to repack stuff later. Might be overweight. Yeah, it's overweight. Sometimes there was only one event that I ever went over on, like 20 pounds over. It ended up being like worth it, so I may end up just like doing that in the future. Southwest has changed their policies a lot recently. It really depends on like which airline is most worth it to fly, but because I have points and like loyalty, their like credit card, it's like better for me to use Southwest anyways, even with their policy updates. And then stuff that I don't want to carry, my trades and stuff, I will put them in my checked luggage. And then TSA ruined my zipper. There's only one zipper and it doesn't even have the zip on it, so I had to put a keychain on there. This one should be under 50. Always use a luggage belt. Always, because you never know when TSA is gonna like fuck up your zippers and things like that, and like if your luggage just rips open on the tarmac or like on the carousel and whatnot, like you're kind of SOL. And at least this belt will, if zippers come undone and whatnot, like at least it'll hold your stuff together, you know. It's also nice if you're kind of paranoid about leaving your stuff overnight at a convention. You can always use this belt to like buckle it to your table legs, so it does like double duty if you want to, and it just makes it easier to spot your luggage. Yeah, so there we go. That's usually what I have with me. So Tekko, final thoughts. I personally enjoyed my time here. I thought that financially it was worth it, and being able to kind of walk around and, you know, chat with other people. I did have other mutual artist friends here, so it was fun like catching up with them and like hanging out. Because Tekko is still pretty much like a really small con, you can walk around the hall and not feel overwhelmed or anything like that, and it feels pretty cozy. I think it is very much a like your mileage may vary type of convention. You know, one person's success does not dictate another person's, so just kind of take everything that you saw with a grain of salt. If you want to give it a try, I think that it's at least a very fun convention to come out to. If you can do it solo, I would highly recommend doing it solo. If not, then try to keep your costs below 1,000, I would say, is most ideal if you have to fly and hotel and Ubers and all of that. So I would give it a solid like 7.5, 8 out of 10.
And with that, we have completed our journey here to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on a wild side quest as a carp to join another fellow vendor. Shout out to Erika of Peakland Studios for showing us around her booth and taking us on this experience here at Tekko. Hopefully you guys got a good gauge of what this convention, Tekko, is like, and also enjoyed our experience in our perspective, how Erika organizes and packs for her shows where she has to fly to with suitcases. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe, turn the notifications on so that you can check out more videos from the Stickerzoo channel. Tune into next week where we will be at Anime Impulse in the Bay Area at the Santa Clara Convention Center for the first time. And I'll also be talking about some of the products I've been using and found over the last year and a half that have been pretty useful to have behind the booth. Other than that, we're pretty much nearly done with this trip. We just have to get some dinner, fly back to California tomorrow morning. So instead of doing the normal outro, tune into some B-roll footage of us navigating our way out of Pittsburgh and listening to some of the amazing on-theme background music. Came out to Pittsburgh for Tekko, and I also heard Inkwell was going to be here, but I think I got lied to. Don't think this is the right Inkwell.